Hey team, Master Schiele here. Today we're going to talk about tournaments. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that will really help you at your next martial art competition. Let's get started. So the very first thing on this list is I want you to register as quickly as you possibly can for your next martial art competition. Why? Well, here's the thing. We all have this internal voice inside of us. We have this voice that says, you're not good enough. You can't handle it. You'll never make it. You know what I'm talking about. That voice that if we listen to it too long, it's going to make the wrong decisions for us. So here's what happens. And this happens with any great decision in life. Within the first 3 seconds, I don't want you to think about it. I want you to just do it, okay? The longer you listen to the voice, the longer they're going to say, hey, you can't handle this, and you're going to start to listen to them. So you're not even going to give that voice an option. You know a tournament's coming up, you're going to register right away, okay? Even if you're not ready, you're going to get ready by registering. All right, that is number one. Number two, okay? I want you to celebrate the training, not the actual competition. Let me say that again. Celebrate the training, not the actual competition. You know, I like to occasionally run in, these runs, okay? And at these runs, what happens is people aren't worried about how well they're going to do the run or how fast they're going to do the run. They're literally just celebrating the time that they're doing it, right? And I think that's the right mindset. Is when you go to these charity runs, it's just a great atmosphere. I think a tournament should be the same, right? When you're in a martial art competition, sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to just get first place, to just do the best we can, that we're not enjoying the process. So here's what I recommend. Don't celebrate the actual day, because we're going to have good days, we're going to have bad days. You're going to have a day you just feel off, right? Maybe the night before you pulled your hip and you're just not kicking right. It's going to happen. These things happen, right? But if you celebrate the training that you did that entire time at the end of your competition, now you have something to really celebrate. So look at the training, look at all that hard work that you put behind it and celebrate that. Go to dinner, have some ice cream, whatever it is, celebrate the training, not the actual competition. Whether it's first place, last place, no place, second place, it doesn't matter. Celebrate your training, all right? That is number two. Let's get to the third one. The third one is I want you to learn how to learn from your mistakes. Here's what I mean. So a whole competition, what is the purpose of martial art competitions? It's to let us see how good we are. But remember, we're not facing our opponents, we're facing ourselves. We're trying to get a little bit better every single day. So the purpose of it isn't this trophy. You know, you're gonna have big trophies, small trophies, medals, etc. It doesn't matter what you're receiving. It's not about the actual award that you're receiving. It's about you learning from that experience. Now, if you had a first place, great. What did you learn? If you had a second place, great. What did you learn? You have to see what you learned from it, okay? If you don't look at that, you're never gonna improve. So if you won, what I want you to do is I want you to really ask yourself, were you that great or were you just better than the competition that you had? That's an honest question to ask yourself. Because if you're that great, maybe you're in the wrong division. Maybe you need to get in a higher division. Or maybe everyone else around you wasn't up to par, right? So you have to still learn from those extreme victories as well. If you lost, what can you do next time to improve? That's key. So look at your loss and ask a judge. Go to them. They're there. Say, what can I do to improve on my next competition? And they're there to help. We all love that. Remember, part of being a black belt is helping the next generation. It is an honor when you ask a black belt for help. That's what we're here for. All right? So number three is I want it to be a learning experience regardless. Number four, let's get into it. So number four is something that I realized from years and years of competition. I have a lot of trophies, a lot of medals, a lot of plaques, and most of them I don't know where they came from. Why? Because, you know, it might be the year, but I don't remember what division, I don't remember what experience I had from it. So here's what I recommend. Take a Sharpie marker, okay, or a permanent marker, right? And just write on the bottom of your medals or your trophies. Write the date, right? What division you were in. Maybe it was a board breaking division, maybe it was a sparring division, maybe it was a weapon, maybe it was a form, whatever it was, right? What competition it was, write your belt rank on there, and then write something that you gained from that experience, okay? You don't always have to do that one. Usually the date and the division are the most important, but you know, you might have really overcome something. Maybe this was one that you had to fight 10 rounds to win, as opposed to, you know, there was only 3 people in your division. Maybe you had a lot of people you had to go against to win that division. So write, hey, I won 10 straight rounds. Fantastic victory. Write those little things, because you know what? When you look back at it and you look on the bottom, you're going to go, oh yeah, I remember that moment. That's what I think it's about, right? And that's where most people do decide to throw their trophies and medals out, is because they just don't know where they're from. So if you know where it's from, now you can really start to build that nice showcase, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, so number 4 is just take a permanent marker right on the bottom of it. All right, let's get to the last one, number 5, okay? So here's what I want you to learn. I want you to have the mindset of victory. Here's what I mean by that. If you go in there saying, I'm going to lose, you're going to lose. If you go in with the mindset, okay, and this might go a little against what I was saying before, but I'm going to explain. If you go with the mindset of, I'm going to do what I can do, I'll just do the best I can, that's not a winning attitude, okay? So you still have to have a winning attitude. Even though we're not looking at the win or the loss, or we're celebrating the training, you still have to have a winning point of view. You got to look through that lens. You got to say, I am going in there to win. I'm going in there to do the best I can. Now, the offset, the other side of that is, if you lose, you can't let that destroy you, because it happens. That's what I mean. But you got to go in there with a warrior mindset, saying, I'm going to win. I'm going to give it all I can. I put all my training in. I put all the time in. I put all the effort in. So if I truly put my heart out there, whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter, because I went out as a warrior. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we win. That's how we get ourselves to the next level. So you have to visualize the win, and visualize yourself saying, hey, you know what? I have nothing to feel bad about, because I put everything behind that match. Remember, if you lose, but you lose honorably, that's not a loss, because you gave it all you had. Now, you know what? Now we go back and we say, I'm going to learn from that mistake, something I didn't do right, for the next time around. That's how we lose, with honor, okay? When we have the right mindset. If this video was helpful, please get a like, have a like button out there for us. Get that subscribe button, and I will see you in our next video. Take care.